And we want to turn now to a multi-agency, multi-state search for a mother who went to pick up her daughter in a custody exchange and has not been seen since. Cassie Carli went to a restaurant parking lot in Florida on Sunday to meet up with her ex-boyfriend. Her family started to get worried when they didn't hear from her. They reported her missing the next day. They found her car and belongings, but no sign of Cassie. And the family of the 37-year-old says that's not like her at all. She's just started a new job and she has a 4-year-old daughter. Authorities say Cassie's ex, believed to be one of the last people to see her, is cooperating and not a suspect in her disappearance. But tonight, Cassie's family is raising alarms about concerning text messages they received in the hours after the meetup. I'm going to be speaking with Rianne Carli, that's Cassie's sister, in just a moment. But first, correspondent Kelly Beeson is joining me now with more on what has become an urgent and expansive search for Cassie.
Certainly an urgent search, Ruta Bay, and I think you mentioned it. One of the most concerning factors here is that family says this just is not like Cassie Carli. And now this has evolved into a multi-state frantic search.
It's been a painstaking week for Cassie Carli's family. The 37-year-old mother was last seen Sunday night in a parking lot at Navarre Beach, a small Florida town on the Gulf of Mexico. According to investigators, Carli was picking up her daughter Sailor from her ex-boyfriend. The mother then seemingly vanishes, leaving her car, purse, and belongings in the parking lot where the exchange took place.
There were things in the purse we won't comment on, but there's things in the purse that, like I said before, we don't think she would just up and leave.
Sailor was found safe. Now the FBI and 10 local detectives are investigating. Authorities say Carli's father reported her missing on Monday and that her ex-boyfriend is cooperating and isn't considered a person of interest in the case.
I can say it's an ongoing investigation, and he was the last one to see her that we're aware of. So obviously we are intent on speaking with him again.
Now, Sailor was found safe with her father, Carli's ex, across the border in Alabama. After reviewing the surveillance video, detectives say they don't have any evidence that leads them to believe this is a homicide or an abduction. However, they're still keeping an open mind, Ruta Bay, based especially on all the red flags in this case.
There's so many questions tonight and so agonizing for the family. Kelly, thank you. And we want to talk to one of the family members tonight. Rianne Carli is Cassie's sister. She joins us live. Thank you so much for being here. We're so sorry for everything you're going through. I know this is a really difficult time for you. When did you know something wasn't right?
I knew immediately Monday because we talk daily. We were at the best we'd ever been in our relationship. And Monday, when I hadn't heard from her, I knew something. And my dad called me, though, that afternoon and confirmed my gut feeling that something was not right. And he had not heard from her.
And tell us about his communication before her disappearance.
She lives with my dad. So she left out the door just to a typical exchange, go pick up Sailor. Hi, Dad. Be right back. I'm just going to go grab Sailor. And he's okay, no worries. Drifted asleep, but woke back up 3 hours later. And there was no sign of her or Sailor home. So that's when he began to worry for the worse.
So terrifying. And she actually, I understand, always picked a public, well-lit place to exchange her daughter for pickup and drop off. But on this night, they changed locations at the last minute. Tell me about that. And then about the place where her car was found, because that was in a dark parking lot, right?
Right. Well, their normal exchange was in Destin at a Walmart parking lot, very well-lit public place. Seeing as he resided in Panama City, but he had been conveniently working in the area recently in the past month around the area of Navarre to save her that trip to drive all the way out to Destin. So she decided to meet him at Juana's, and I think that was just one of the first public locations that popped in her mind that she was comfortable with, that usually was well lit or popular with some people, but unfortunately, it was dark that night.
And police are not talking about that exchange, but they did say that her purse was in the car. And then they also said that Sailor was safe the entire time. What do we know? What can you tell us?
We know that Sailor is in Marcus's custody still, but she is not Sailor is not safe until she is home with her maternal family, where she resides normally at Dad's house with Cassie. So we are still working on bringing her home, but we are hopeful that we'll get some more answers for Cassie as well.
And so there are so many questions and pieces that just haven't been put together, right, in this whole disappearance of your sister. Police say they don't suspect foul play. What do you think?
Let's just say my sister did not walk away on her own, did not disappear on her own. She has always said, you know, based on his past actions and the issues with the custody agreement going on currently and all that, we knew when she would never leave her daughter either. So something was not right. Cassie would never just disappear like this, ever, or willingly get in the car with him to go somewhere either, unless coerced or something. So we knew immediately something was not right. She was in the best place ever right now, excited to start a new job.
Yeah, and they were sorting over sorting out these custody issues, and then her ex and her daughter were found in Alabama. So what are the circumstances there? Was that something that was normal?
Well, we did have knowledge that Marcus has worked in Alabama before and traveled back and forth, whatnot. My sister was aware of that too. So finding her there was not a super shock, but yes, we're not sure, though, whether Cassie may be somewhere around that area. We are going to be heading that way and searching and hopefully finding more answers.
And obviously there were concerns because she hadn't used her phone, her credit card, and then that purse in the car. What do you make of all of that?
Just not like my sister. She would never, and especially if she were to leave on her own accord, she would have her purse with her. I even joked a little bit. Did she use her card? She loves to use that card. No, there's been no sign or trace of her, but we do have hope that she is somewhere and alive and we can bring her home.
How is your niece doing?
Sailor is okay. Unfortunately, we have not been able to touch direct base with her either, so we're hoping we can change that here within the next day or two, though. We're going through all the paperwork and legal stuff we need to do to bring her home safe.
And she's such a beautiful woman, I'm sure, inside and out. And I know you have matching tattoos with your sister. Tell me about that. Tell me about the bond with your sister, because this is impacting a family in such a real way.
My sister, we grew up, I mean, of course, she's my sister, but she was like a mother figure almost, with ours always working. And we just, as soon as we became adults, we became best friends. All the bickering just faded away, and even lived together for a short amount of time in North Carolina. That's when we got the tattoos. Our dad, we're both daddy girls. Hers she more so, but we got the lizards with his name and his handwriting. And that was what we always said to each other, loving you always. L-U-A, it was our little thing.
Well, I'm so sorry for everything you're going through. We hope that you find her soon. Rianne, thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, if anyone can come help or anything, any tips, nothing is too small.
Yeah, it's a very real pain your family is feeling. And if you have any information on the disappearance of Cassie Carli, contact the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stopper. Those numbers there on your screen.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.